Christine. It's day 26 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Although, I don't think I've said this many times. I know I've said it at least once or twice, but there will be 31 this month because there's a 31 days in October. So we will have a bonus sketch. So technically, even though it's called 30 Days of Sketches, we will have 31 this month. And they are all exclusive. And I know I mentioned that a couple times, but not recently, I don't think so. All exclusive. This one is created by Jen Miller. And she has technically 3 photos. I'm only going to have 2. She's kind of got strips here. And I can imagine, using branding strips or something like that. And then embellishment clusters here and here. What I'm going to do, and I apologize, I think I'm out of breath, and I don't really know why. I ran in there and did the laundry or switched laundry over, and I feel like I'm out of breath, and I shouldn't be because that's literally 10 feet, but whatever. Anyways, what I've got is a couple of photos of my daughter and her Meemaw, my mama. She was about, I want to say 4 here. 4 or 5. I don't know why there's no date on it. I was digging through some photos, and I found these, and these are just too cute. And honestly, my collection I've got here came from a scrap room, Flavors of the Month. I apologize. I think it was June, but this is all I have left. I mean, technically I say all. It's enough to work with. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty to work with here. But my biggest issue is I've got these little ephemeras and stuff. And it was called oh, here it is. I saved it on purpose. My Happy Place. And it's adorable. It's by Doodle Dug. It's a really adorable little collection. But these are so random and kind of household driven. And I don't even know how to explain it. But they're kind of random little ephemeras. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to embrace the random on this layout. I'm just going to put all the things on there that have nothing to do with these pictures and just pretend it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't. So I'm going to, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to trim these down. I do need to have this trimmed down just a little bit. This one maybe not so much. I may do this like this. I do need to trim the side off because the door looks funny. But not much trimming, but I'll do just a little bit. And then I'm going to cut these into strips so I can build little strips here. And then I'm going to use these ephemera once I get back on camera. And we're just going to layer all the ephemeras. Why not? Let's just do it, right? So give me just a second. I'm going to cut my strips and get my photos trimmed, and we'll go from there. Talk soon. All right, gang. So I have matted my photos. I used the same floral. You can see in the strips over there, the same floral and the same green, and I've double matted the photos. I made a real skinny little borders, though, because I don't want to kind of mess up or impact the strips too much. And plus, there's not a lot of room once I start working with this to give it the white space it kind of needs. So I do have my little strips over there. I cut them basically 1/2 inch, although I can't swear to you I measured every single one exactly that way because I think one of the florals is a little thicker than that. But I'm just going to kind of come along here. I have gone ahead and glued down the photos with a single kind of strip of glue. I mean, I'll come back in with some additional adhesive later, but I want to be able to tuck my strips up underneath there. And so I'm just kind of figuring out, okay, I do want the floral. I do put the floral to the outside, a little green to the middle, and I do the darker floral to the inside. So I'm just kind of figuring out, where do these need to go? And so I'm not really gluing these down just yet. I will set them, and then I'm going to trim these. I probably trimmed too much, right? Because I've got the long strips here. But I can cut them to then reuse the strip underneath. Well, maybe I didn't cut too much now that I think about it, because I really didn't have much left over. So maybe I did this exactly right, kind of unintentionally in a sense. So I'm just going to build my little stripes out here. This was so cute at the end here. This was an easy little layout. Let's be real. This is strips and some photos, right? It's not terribly complicated. And honestly, I think just telling myself I was going to use all the ephemera, even if though it had nothing to do with the pictures, it had nothing to do, there's no real, it's not a theme or anything, but just telling myself I was going to use them all, just put them down there. It actually was a little bit freeing, because I didn't have to think about, oh gosh, what if I use a telephone? Is that going to make sense? Or, whatever. It didn't really matter. Like this ephemera, so there's a little refrigerator in here. There was some trees. There was some pots. There's a shovel. Like none of this, it didn't really go together unless, of course, you were doing maybe a home layout, I suppose. But then there was a car. There's a car. So how does that fit with a house? So I just decided, you know what? We're good, man. I'm just going to do all the things. I'm going to put all the things down. So anyway, I'm going to get these strips exactly where I want them, and I'm going to glue them down. And then the next thing you're going to see here is I'm going to just start putting this ephemera down. And I'm telling you guys, I use every bit of it on purpose. So I start with the floral over there the fridge over to the right there. And I thought, no, that's not where the sketch has the thing. I'll end up moving that. But then I saw this little hello and this little Life Happens Coffee Helps. And To be fair, this upper right set of stuff, I don't make look like the sketch at all. Not at all. I started to try to put the car up there, but it kind of just, I don't know, it didn't feel right to me, so I had to move it. And it could be because I put the little hello and all that, which isn't on the sketch at all. I'll end up moving that car. It didn't stay there. But I did move the fridge over to the left, and I put the little love on top of it. Again, you can't even see that's really a fridge, if I'm honest with you, but it's okay. Like I said, it's just all about the ephemera, just using every bit of it up. So here's where I take the car up there and I stick a shovel up there. I'm going to stick a little potted plant up there. I'm going to stick a bowl up there. And there is, again, no rhyme or reason to it. In the meantime, I'm kind of coming down here on the lower left side, and there's like a little green leaf, and there was a heart. I'm honestly looking at this more for shapes and sizes and just making the balance visually of the shapes and sizes. I'm not worried too much about the what it is as much as just the size and stuff like that. I did stick that little hot pink flower up there in the upper right. That's going to come away. Again, I was still trying to stick with that sketch, having a cluster in the upper right corner, but it just wasn't going to work for me. And again, I think because I had built the cluster down below on the bottom of the photo, that's what happened. But then again, my photo had that little special person on the chair, and I really didn't want to cover that up either, so I just kind of had to make it work. And I think I'm going to pretend the absence of the cluster is the same as the cluster. Does that work? I don't know. Anyways, I've glued everything down. I did put foam tape up underneath a lot of the little pieces here. I put the foam tape underneath the car and the potted plant and the end of the shovel, the heart, the love. Honestly, guys, I put foam almost on every other little piece or whatever. And then there's these tiny little enamel hearts, these little shiny enamel hearts, and I'm just going to kind of sprinkle these throughout. Well, I put the one up there by the little potted plant, and I thought the three, I had them on that little piece of acetate, and I laid them down. I thought, oh, that looks really cute over the top of that cloud. So that's where I'm going to end up sticking those. I did have to pull out my little needle nose plier deals here. Now, I keep saying needle nose pliers. They're tweezers, I guess, really, to kind of organize that. And that's what I have going on with this layout, y'all. That's pretty much it. I will take a little black Muji pen and add July 2002 because I did find the date on the edge of the photograph right there. Back in the day when they used to print the date right on the front of the photograph, which what were they thinking, really? I mean, what were they thinking? But anyway, it was on the photograph, so I got lucky. So I added that as my little journaling there. And that is all I'm going to do this layout, y'all. This was so cute. It really didn't take me that long other than gluing the stuff down. And I'm actually kind of happy with my little random ephemeras here. What do you guys think? Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my Instagram. Definitely check out the playlist below. There's so many people playing. Y'all, I've been trying to watch them, and there's just so many. It's hard to keep up. But anyways, make sure you do that, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.